What's up, everybody? Welcome to SpotSpot and welcome to Slop Guns and Tour. We're at SHOT Show 2026, and we are still at SHOT Show, even though there are bows behind me. Now, I've been asked over the years to cover a little bit more archery, and I figured why not here with Bowtech. Bowtech is one of the leaders in the space, and they have some cool new stuff this year. For those that don't know that I started shooting archery recently. So for those that are looking at these bows, walk us through it, maybe help us walk through the differences
Sure.
between them, and to identify, hey, who each one is me perfect for.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So we'll start it off with the Bowtech Ascend. This is a bow. It's a 2026 model. We launched it a little earlier in the year, and really for specific reasons. So this was intended for the archer that doesn't necessarily want to sink $1,300 in a flagship bow, but wants a really good hunting bow that has all the features potentially as the flagship bows. You know, I kind of talk about more towards the blue collar bow hunter. Really got to be, and I don't want to say the flagship buyer's not smart with their money, but as the blue collar hunter, you got to be, you really track where your money is. You don't necessarily buy a bow every year.
I'm so glad you brought that point up, because I mean, one of the things I keep hearing about, I mean, like now, especially I'm getting more involved. My daughters are on the JOAD teams. Like one of the things the parents have is like, look, it's like we don't know like if it's spending $2,000 on a bow is within our budget. I mean, it's a sizable investment.
Exactly. We wanted to bring in a bow that's $1,000, sub $1,000 price range, but also we're like, hey, let's bring in those technologies from the flagship and offer it at that price point, so you really don't have to sacrifice. So the deadlock cam system, we've been the industry leader. We're the originator of the adjustable cam system on there. So we introduced Deadlock Light on this system. So it gives you that tunability, that really intuitive adjustments to tune the bow yourself. You can go to your local dealer. They can get it set up for you, but your dealer will show you how to use this system. Later on, you need to retune your bow, you need to change your setup. You can do it yourself.
So here's the question. I mean, obviously, like when people buy firearm, okay, you're going to buy it. It's just going to work. I know with bows, so it's kind of like, I guess like the best example of this was I was telling my brother, he's like, yeah, I'm coming back from Lancaster Archery. We just got a bow for my daughter and we need to get it set up. He's like, well, you just bought it. Why do you need to get it set up?
Right.
And I guess like with archery, you do need to get it set up.
100%.
But at what point would somebody need to actually tune their bow? Because that's not something you typically think about.
Yeah, you kind of, you'll get your tune out of the gate, to tune to the individual archer with the draw length, your arrow setup. But a lot of times you might want to change your arrow setup. Let's say you bought a new dozen, you tried a different type of arrow, changed your draw weight, changed your spine. Usually you got to adjust it in your arrow, and you're not tuning your bow, you're tuning your arrow rest for something your arrow's doing. With the deadlock system, you leave your arrow rest on center shot, and you're just making that micro adjustment to tune out anything like with your spine differences on there. Super simple adjustment as well. So a couple other features brought down the inline pick mount. That's really important for balance, and you usually only see that in a flagship bow. For your sight system, you can bring it, helps with balance. The same thing with the integrated mounting system on your rest. A cool new system. We've had that on our flagships for a long time. Super rigid mount, but also has the ability to mount your standard rest as well. If you have the standard.
So it's not like someone's like, if somebody already has an existing rest or say that they
still can use it. Still can use it. So it's available in stores today. So a draw weight adjustment is one thing I wanted to point out too. So usually you only get about a 10-pound weight adjustment on a bow. So this one actually gives you a 15. So you can go 45 to 60 and 55 to 70. So if you're kind of in between, you have the ability to do that.
Some of the builds coming into it, and they'll be able to grow into it a little bit as well. Are these available just bare bows, or are they available in like kind of like ready to go packages?
Both. So you can get a bare bow. But also we have a standard package. It kind of has kind of some starter accessories,
so like
Casper. Yes, exactly. But we also have a DLX kit. It has a drop away rest. It has one of our black gold rush sights in a pick style mount. It gives you a tight spot quiver. So it gives you a little more premium accessories as well. That's why we call it the DLX kit.
So are these going to be available just for right-handers, or are these available left-handed as well?
Yeah, right and left. And readily available.
Colors?
It's got some cool colors. So this is a forest green. We introduced it a few years ago in our Eva Shockey bow, but a lot of men have really taken to this color as well. You can get an OD green, as well as what's called stealth gray. And just a few weeks ago at the ATA show, we launched it available in the mossy oak bottomland color as well.
So now, obviously, we're bringing this up as a hunting bow, but can somebody actually, if they're doing 3D archery, can use it as a target bow as well?
We're good. It's a great recreational bow, especially in that adjustability range. So if somebody's not necessarily a bow hunter, you know,
Okay.
just a backyard shooter, especially 3D. Youth, this is a great bow that
Okay.
for a youth that's kind of grown up out of that, like our Diamond Infinite Edge Pro
Okay.
series that wants to get into something like we talked about, not sink that 2000. The adjustment range starts at 24 and a half on the draw weight. So you got another rec bow, S3DA bow
Yeah.
that you can set up for a wide range.
So before we move on and talk about like the higher end bow,
Yep.
one of the questions I'm sure people are going to bring up. I mean, we all know like the big box stores
Yep.
within our industry, and when you go there, like I mean, they're going to have bows that are going to be in lower price points.
Yep.
What is kind of like the differences between what you get here versus those types of bows?
Sure.
And at what point would somebody need, hey, this is something I should consider instead of dog?
Yeah, and really it's the range of tunability, the range of features and the performance. So you're going to get typically, you know, with your kind of your mid price point, you're going to get split yoke harnesses, and it's not a bad thing, but you lose a little bit of speed. You lose a little bit of the tunability there. You run into timing issues.
Okay, yeah.
When you have a split type harness. With this, you have your binary system that stays in sync all the time. You can get some better speed, smoother draws, so you get a better combination of all those features and not really have to sacrifice one over the other when you get in a higher premium bow.
I suppose like if someone has the budget for this, I mean, this is just start the right way.
Yeah,
and
100%.
I guess it's like we're not necessarily going to outgrow this bow.
No, not at all. Not at all. This is legit. I mean, if you're going to start more of a rec, and if you want to get into hunting, 3D bow, I mean, it's a good size as well for a 3D, good speed for 3D. So.
What's the axle to axle?
31, and I got to check it again. 31 on it. Yep.
31,
so,
and the brace size?
Just over, just about 7 on it.
So it's going to be like fairly forgiving as well.
It exactly it. Yep.
Okay. Now, so if someone is looking for a little bit more performance, or if they just want to have the latest and greatest,
100%. Yeah. So then you're going to jump up into what's called our Alliance. So we introduced the Alliance and the Alliance 33. So the names are based really on the length. So the Alliance is a 30.5-inch axle to axle. 33 is a 33-inch axle to axle. We wanted to offer, really extend past the Ascend and really expand upon having a bow for everyone. You know, I know a lot of people say this bow has everything, but truly, in size, tunability, smooth draw, just the stable feel that it really does. We wanted to provide a bow that nobody has to sacrifice. So I prefer a longer axle to axle bow, even in hunting. So a 33 feels better to me. It holds better for me. It aims a lot better for me. I shoot them much better in a short axle to axle. But in some situations, it's not really conducive for maneuverability. So that's where you get something like the 30.5. It's more apt for like a tree stand hunter with tight quarters. Ground blind hunting, you want something a little more compact. Neither of them really sacrifice a smooth draw cycle. Good speeds, but also the draw cycle is one of the most remarkable things. Even in testing with our consumers, the first thing that leaps out to them is how smooth the draw is with the speed. So this one, you're getting a 338 feet per second IBO. The 33 is a 334. So good speeds, good forgiveness, a new look. So this is a new color for us as well.
Color,
yeah, it's called red dirt. It's kind of a clay color. A lot of people we've had flat dark earths and OD greens, and a lot of people started asking more of a dirt, a mud color. We came out with this when I first saw the riser alone. I was like, I don't know. It didn't. But as soon as we built it out and had all the black accessories on it, it really grew on me. And this is really out of the gate since we launched it. Our dealers have been ordering this color big time on it. So you get the same, we talked about deadlock technology on this, and you get the deadlock technology on this flagship bow. The big difference is it has a little more range of adjustability. So Ascend's deadlock light. This is our standard deadlock system. You get laser etch marks on a little more reference points on it, so you get a little bit of the separation. But the biggest thing is the range of adjustability on it too.
What's the range for length of pull? Not length of pull. I'm sorry.
You're used to rifle. So this one, so this one goes 26 to 31. The 33 goes 27.
So even
32.
people who are not vertically challenged and have like long arms, they should be able to.
Yeah. So I'm 27.5. So both of them fit. I'm in the sweet spot on both. 27.5, 28.5 is really the best. We call it the sweet spot of a draw cycle. You get the best performance, the best feel on the draw.
Yeah, because basically depending on the draw length, that's gonna be where you are gonna be on the cams.
Yep.
Okay. And you don't need to buy different type of mods or anything else.
You don't. That's a good point. Yeah. So for that range of adjustment, a lot of the competitors out there, you have to swap cams or the module is a range. So you only get 3 or 4 inch draw lengths. This, you get the full range of adjustability in there. We also have a technology, it's called flip disc. So it gives you 2 different feels in the draw cycle. So it comes standard in the comfort setting.
Okay.
You can flip it over, and what it does, it holds the weight a little bit longer, and you get about 6 to 8 feet per second more. So if you want that little
Oh, wow.
extra bump in speed, you can flip that over into
And
the
you don't need to buy
performance.
separate modules.
You don't
for
need
that.
to. Yep, it's called
Wow, that's
flip
awesome.
disc. You just flip them over.
And basically,
Yep.
is that going to be something that's user serviceable or something?
Yep, 100%.
You don't need to
100%.
take it to a bow shop to get that.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
And you don't need a bow press to do that.
You don't. Yeah, draw lengths are adjustable without the bow press. They're easy accessible on the screws. Really, the only thing you need a bow press for on this is to put the peep sight in it. Outside of that, it's fully self-serviceable without a
Very
bow
cool.
press.
So both right-handed, left-handed?
Yep. So we just launched this. Right now, the right hands are out. So lefts will be a few weeks behind just
Okay.
because the higher percentage is righties.
I
So
see.
they spin up the machining.
So we just
first.
covered my daughter's left eye dominant, and
Yeah.
like trying to find a left-handed bow is like, wow. So it's actually nice to hear that it's going to be relatively soon available, and you don't have to wait like half a year in order for someone to start producing a left-handed bow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And I guess these are going to be available for the dealers.
Yep, they're in dealers right now. So prior to launch, we made sure we shipped them out to dealers so they had a good stock on hand. People can go in and shoot them. All local dealers. They can also go to bowtecharchery.com and check them out too.
Very cool. So those are the new Bowtech Ascent and Bowtech Alliance. And then if you have a junior shooter, take a look at our next video on the brand new youth bow. I saw this, I was super excited because it's a natural replacement for the bow that my daughter currently shoots, which is the Diamond Prism. And that is linked right up here. Todd, thank you very much for taking the time.
You bet.
This was very educational.
Thank you.
And like, I'm definitely like I'm not going to say I'm completely newbie, but as a novice, it's very, very interesting. And what I would say is, honestly, if you are a dedicated handgun rifle guy and that's getting a little bit boring, archery, try it. For me, it is so therapeutic.
Oh yeah.
And the worst part about it, there are archery games as well.
There is.
So looking forward to it. And as always, thanks for watching. Keep on squatting, and I'll see you in the next video linked up here.